Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I am doing this. Welcome to the tier list. Okay, so I just decided to throw up OBS and record this. I have no script. I have no plans for like where I'm gonna place them. I'm just gonna look at this and place them, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna base this off of the killer's ability to down people quickly. I think that's probably the most important thing. Not the only thing, but I just mean like overall. Let me elaborate a little bit. The ability to down people quickly, the map traversal or map mobility, and a potential one-shot, camping potential, all of it is going to wrap into where I think they stand. The ability to get through pallets quickly and deal with people holding W, and just everything. I should probably also say that I am an experienced killer main. If you're new to the channel and you don't know who I am, I've been playing this game since 2016 when it first came out. I have over 7,000 hours in this game, and I play all of these killers. Killer main, specifically Demogorgon main. Yes! Been a demo main since he came out, so yeah, those are my credentials, if you will. So, starting off, we have Trapper. I think Trapper is a D tier killer. I think Trapper goes in D tier. I don't think Trapper is really that good, but obviously Trapper has the ability to do really well. If you do get lucky with your traps and people just start snowballing, it can be very, very good. But on average, I feel like most people, or most games rather, don't go that well with Trapper. And at the end of the day, if no one's stepping in your traps, you're men with machete. And if you spend time setting up your traps and nothing comes of them, that is just an insane amount of wasted time. At the end of the day, there's so much downtime with Trapper. You gotta pick up your damn traps like it's 2016. Like, even after Trapper got the add-on pass and spawning in with an extra trap based kit and all that stuff, still doesn't matter. Still Trapper. Okay, next, Wraith. I think Wraith, and by the way, these are subject to change as I'm doing this, but I think Wraith is about B tier. I think Wraith is a B tier killer. I wouldn't say C. I think he's B. Wraith, after all of the updates that Wraith has received, Wraith being able to move very quickly and get around the map, and also be undetectable, which also means no aura detection on him, and basically guaranteeing a surprise hit just almost every time you find someone at a gen. Couple that with information perks like Discordance or whatever, Tinkerer even, just so you know someone's on the gen. Wraith can get a lot of free hits, and if no one is healing, or if you're able to put out enough pressure where people can't heal, Wraith can get a lot of free downs. And you also still have, it's not just surprise hits with Wraith, you also still have uncloaking and, you know, mind gaming potentially, where you're gonna fly around the corner from if you know, look one way, fly the other way, whatever you might do. I think Wraith is a lot better than people realize these days, and I think Wraith is an average killer. I say B tier. Okay, moving on. Billy. Where does Billy land? Man, as much as I want to place Billy high, nowadays, it's just so hard to really, like, say that. I think also in B. And as we're going, I'm going to do this left to right. So I would say, dude, I almost would say that I think Wraith is better than Billy. Because Billy nowadays, it's so easy to deal with a Billy. All you gotta do is just throw the pallet early. You just throw the pallet. Just make sure you are not caught in the open and getting back revved. And you throw pallets early. And if they're a curved Billy, you can just leave the tile. Like, there's so many things you can do to make Billy almost feel completely helpless. I wouldn't say C tier, I'd say B. But I think Wraith on average might be better than Billy. Even though Billy's got a one-shot and good map mobility, Wraith being able to get around the map with free movement as well and being stealthy is, I would argue, better. And Billy is good. Billy is definitely better against, I'd say, more inexperienced players or lower level players, but man, against some good players, Billy don't cut it. So I'm gonna say B. Okay, Nurse. Need I say more? Need I say more? Need I say more? Yeah, Nurse, even after Nurse's recent changes, getting rid of the range and recharge add-ons, and I mean, she's still Nurse. She's still Nurse. There's no difference. Well, there's a difference. You can't run obnoxious builds like Starstruck and stuff, but it doesn't matter. She's still Nurse. I still think Nurse is the best killer in the game. We're not going to dwell too much on this. I mean, everyone already knows this. Okay, Myers. I'm going to say probably also in D tier. Myers' early game is so slow and so hard to get out of, especially if you're not running Corrupt, man. Good luck to you. Myers obviously can snowball very well, and you have some unique builds, and I'm not going to count tombstones. Man, screw tombstones. I'm not saying that. If you're playing Myers, you're not running a damn tombstone or like infinite tier 3. I would consider those builds kind of gimmicky and not really what Myers is like at the end of the day. Infinite tier 3 and tombstones, just no. So we're going to look at this as just base Myers, or, you know, stock add-ons, normal builds, not shit like that, because things like that, too strong. Myers just ain't that good, man. You vault fast, you got a bigger lunge, that is quite nice. You're a little bit stealthier than other killers, but at the end of the day, you're still man with knife, and when it comes to a loop at a pallet or a window or anything, you're almost, unless you run like bamboozle or some special perks, you're pretty much at the disposal of what the survivor is going to do. If they are an efficient, well-played survivor, you're going to struggle to down people. Even in tier 3, you're going to have a hard time. Myers obviously can snowball quite well, but it's just not enough, man. Myers, at the end of the day, one of the worst killers. Now, keep this in mind, dude. Even if any of the killers I'm putting in D tier, it does not matter. These killers, you can obviously all still kill everyone with these killers and have great games where you're like, wow, that killer or that game was fantastic. This is the worst killer in the game. You know, those will still happen. It doesn't matter. Just because they're low tier doesn't mean you can't kill anyone. All the killers are very much able to kill people. We're just stacking them against each other. Okay, now Hag. Hag, I would say, is probably A tier. Now, here's the thing. Hag has the ability to, if you play Hag to her strengths and you are camping, if you're just going to camp the hook, especially if you get someone in basement, it's almost a free win every time. Or you just say you want to 3-gen, or you just want to set up any area that you think is your spot from now on when you start playing. If you play like that, Hag can be insane. I mean, she can be insane. Like, there's things to counter her. Flashlights, urban evasion can suck. When you pick up people, everyone alarms all your traps. I mean, those can be hard to deal with, but at the end of the day, man, Hag is a top tier killer, I think. Even being slow, her ability is just insane. It really is. If you camp, Hag's incredible. I think Hag is probably A tier. Yeah. Okay, Doctor, I am going to say probably either C or B. Doctor's not an A tier killer. I would say maybe B. Maybe B. You got a good means of finding people somewhat game slow, with people being in madness and having to snap out of it. I mean, Doctor's chase ability is quite good, especially if you're running discipline add-ons. Discipline makes his power insanely good. Doctor's decent. The blast is nice. People can't hide against you as easily. You can deny items, so that's, you know, if you need to deal with a flashlight or something, you can just madness straight the person and then you're fine. Doctor probably at the bottom of B tier so far, I think. Okay, Huntress, A tier killer. I would say, oh man, Huntress better than Hag? Probably. On average, probably, yeah. That is something I want to take into consideration with this too. On average, Hag is, or rewind, Huntress is probably better than Hag. Hag has the ability to probably do more than Huntress, but I think Huntress, on average, is better and probably also easier to play. I mean, Huntress can snowball like crazy. If you find some people out in the open or in a bad spot, and you don't even need to be running OCAFT, you can just be landing your hatchets. If you're landing shots, man, Huntress can end a game insanely quickly. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about Huntress. Good killer. Okay, Bubba. B. I'd say B. Maybe even better than Doctor, to be honest. Because Bubba, no, I don't know. Leatherface is very good at just dealing with pallets. People want to throw pallets, it doesn't matter. You just ignore them. They don't even matter. And if you run Bamboozle, which I would say is almost a necessity on Leatherface, you can put out some work. Obviously, Bubba has the ability to face camp people and secure kills, and that is a big deal too. You cannot hook rush a Leatherface and save in their face. Even if there's endurance involved, you're still going to get multi-hit, you're going to go down. So, I mean, You can't argue that. There's no map mobility with Bubba, but man, you can secure kills and you can chase well when it comes to pallets, and Bubba can get some work done. You really can. So he might move behind Doctor, but I'd say for now above Doctor. Okay, Freddy. C tier. Freddy C. I don't think Freddy is good, man. The gen teleport is nice. People being asleep doesn't really do anything, and the game slow of them having to wake themselves up, they don't have to wake themselves up either, so that's not even like absolute. And the snares are pretty bad. They don't do that much. Also, the survivor has to be asleep, so if they're awake, you have no power. And the pallets are, I think, objectively worse than the snares, so I don't know, man. Freddy just doesn't really cut it anymore. Being able to teleport around the map somewhat frequently, not really, is nice, but it's just not enough. Not enough. C tier for now. Okay, Pig. Also, I'd say C tier. Pig better than Myers, potentially. I don't know. Myers, C tier. I don't know. Pig, you got some decent game slow with the hats. It is nice. The ambush can be useful. Then again, a lot of people will just leave. The second you crouch, they are W keying away, and there you go. You kind of need to run combat straps to combat that, or you're pretty much screwed. I mean, even after getting an add-on pass, Pig is, I wouldn't even say mid. Mid being B tier. She's pretty bad. Pretty bad. And like sneaking around while being undetectable is just really not that viable because she moves so slow. She's so slow when she's crouched. It's almost not even worth it. You're getting around the map unless you know someone's going to be coming to you and you can ambush them, or you don't have to travel that far. It's really not even a good idea. Okay, Clown, probably also C tier. I'd say probably top of C tier. Maybe D, probably top of C though. If you can run, okay, I'm gonna reference the Clown guide. Running Zanshin on Clown is actually a pretty good idea, because if you can set up a speed bottle, a yellow bottle, for yourself, already knowing where the pallet might be, say it's a jungle gym and you can't tell, you can already preemptively set that up and then also then get a pink bottle. Clown can almost get a hit at every loop in the game. Obviously, extremely safe god pallets is not going to be the same thing, but most pallets, if you just play your cards correctly with your bottles, Clown can get hits pretty well. So I would argue maybe B, but for now I'm going to leave him in C. And you get some decent map mobility with the bottles, so that is kind of nice. Although I feel like if you're going to be doing that, you almost need to run extra bottles, because if you don't, you have like 1 or 2 in chase, and then that's it. And you'll be reloading constantly. So extra bottles is almost a necessity on Clown, I would say. Alright, so next we have Spirit. Spirit. Do I think S? Spirit is a great killer, or is she top of A? I don't know, dude. Spirit is definitely one of the best killers in the game. We'll leave her an S for now. I mean, obviously, dude, what do you do against a Spirit? Yeah, you can hear her. You can kind of hear where it's a little bit directional. It's not that easy to determine. There's still guessing involved. She still moves hella fast while she's in phase. I mean, it's Spirit, dude. At the end of the day, you're probably going to go down pretty quickly. There's no 100% solid counterplay to a Spirit. And like, yeah, if you hear her coming from one direction and you know you can throw that pallet and protect yourself, that's something you can do nowadays. But still, if she's close enough when she initiates the phase, she can just expect that and then just go around and then hit you on the other side or mind game it, and then you're vaulting back and forth between the pallet. And yeah, I don't know. I think Spirit's probably S, but definitely not as good as Nurse. Okay, next, Legion. Legion, I would say maybe also C tier, probably. I mean, you have the ability to get injures extremely easily, and now that Legion has their one-shot ability with the 5th hit, it is kind of nice. Then again, on average, I feel like Legion, I mean, against a good player, what do? You get them injured, but then they have Dead Hard, and you still have to down them as an M1 killer. So, like, I don't know. I would say maybe Legion... Maybe Freddy at the bottom. Legion here, perhaps? No, I don't know. That's a decent spot. Okay, Plague, I think. I'm on Team Plague. I think Plague's a good killer. Plague can be up at A. Maybe bottom of A tier, but Plague is good, man. You got so much free pressure from puking on gens and puking on people and them spreading the sickness. If Plague gets Corrupt Purge is obviously very good. And you can multi-hit people, which not all the killers can do. You can get multiple hits in one power use. You can't really stealth against Plague. Med kits are completely nullified against Plague, which is huge. Huge! That is amazing, dude. The fact that you don't have to heal with med kits and any heal perk by just simply playing the killer, you don't have to do anything special, is a massive reason why I think Plague is so high up. Even if you're never getting your power, Corrupt Purge, that is. You don't have people healing all the time. And like you could say, all right, well then what's the difference between Plague and Legion? The fact that people can still heal very easily if they want against a Legion. That's not even an option as Plague. Plus she has an actual power to down people. Legion, not really. And I'm not going to count the 5th hit. That is very hard to come by against anyone who just splits up. So I think Plague is a very good killer. I'm going to say A tier. Okay, Ghostface. Ghostface, I don't know, dude. B probably? Maybe B tier. I don't really play Ghostface that much. To be honest, I don't find Ghostface that enjoyable. Not really a big fan. I would say, oh man, I'm at 16 minutes. I gotta speed this up. All right, let's speed it up. Ghostface, probably B tier. I mean, yeah, you can stealth. You can one-shot people. You can crouch. But for the most part, you're gonna be man with knife in a lot of situations, because sometimes you just can't even sneak up on people. Depends on the map. Obviously, if you get an indoor map, Ghostface is way better, but on your average map, I'd say maybe bottom of B tier. Hopefully, probably. Okay, Demo. I'm gonna say completely unbiased. I think Demo is towards the top of B tier, potentially bottom of A tier. I think Demo probably top of B tier, I'd say. Demo is a very balanced, good killer. Demo has solid map mobility with the portals, but there's a cooldown to it. You only have 6 of them. You can't replace them unless a survivor seals it, unlike, say, Freddy or Hag. You can just indefinitely keep setting down your ability. Demo, you actually have to know what you're doing, otherwise you could get screwed. But, I mean, the shred is fantastic. Being able to deal with pallets when people pre-drop, you can destroy them from 11 meters, too, from range, which is very nice. You can zone people with Demo. You have undetectable through the portal, so you can get some sneaky hits with good portal placement and get across the map very quickly. I mean, Demo has a lot going for him, but Demo also still follows the rules of the game. If you throw that pallet and you're on the other side, you're not going to get hit by Demo. If you vault that window and you're on the other side, you're not going to get hit by Demo. So that is something that I think keeps Demo from being like a top killer. And yeah, I think B. Now again, these things could change. I might move him. Okay, Oni, A tier killer. Oni is A tier, I believe. Maybe higher than Plague. Yeah, maybe. Oni is very good. Obviously, when you don't have your power, you have no power. Quite literally, no power. You are just 115. But Blood Fury is huge. You get into Blood Fury, man, you can snowball the game extremely quickly. You can win the game very quickly. You can get around the map, one-shot everyone. It's like better Billy, effectively. Billy, but with better movement and strafing ability. You can actually multi-hit with Oni if people are grouped up. If they're rescuing right in front of your face, you can down the person who's saving and then also hit the person off hook. And I mean, they're not going to go down because of the endurance, but you will at least make them mend. Oni is good. The only problem is you just got to make sure you get your power. If you can't get your power, then Oni struggles big time. But if you can have a good early game, that is what matters the most with Oni. You can get a good early game, you will most likely continue to have your power most of the game because you're creating pressure by downing people very quickly, and Oni can snowball and win the game very quickly. So we'll say Oni probably A. Okay, Slinger, even after the nerf to his ADS, meaning aim down sight, I think Slinger is probably B tier. Maybe behind Wraith, potentially. I'd say about here. See, Slinger's good in chase, but you're still slow and you have no means to get around the map. And he doesn't have infinite range like Huntress. He is limited on that, so I would probably say B tier. I would rather play Slinger than Billy if I wanted to play, you know, to win, I think. I'd maybe play Wraith over Slinger. It depends. Maybe Slinger above Wraith. This could maybe be interchangeable. I'm going to say B. The gun is pretty straightforward. I mean, you guys know what it does. I think it's good. There's only so many things survivors can do. Like, if you're injured, you can throw a pallet. If you're not injured, you can just get shot over the loop and you're going to get injured, basically, for free. Yeah, I say B. Okay, Pyramid Head, I'm going to say A tier. Pyramid Head, solid killer. The only downside to Pyramid Head is no map mobility, but you have the ability to cage people, which is really good. You have the ability to kill people with your secondary Mori, also extremely fast and very beneficial. Pyramid Head's chase ability, obviously, can hit people over pallets and windows and through walls at that. I mean, if you're close to a Pyramid Head, technically you can get hit at any moment unless you get in a locker. That's like the only way. So if you are playing against, or if you're playing Pyramid Head and you are landing your attacks, dude, this killer is dirty. This killer is really dirty. I'm gonna say A. So far, for now, I'm gonna put him at the bottom of A. Okay, Blight, obviously, right here. Need I say more? I mean, Blight, fast as hell. Hug techs, insane add-ons. Blight, S tier. Oh, Myers has insane add-ons. These are gimmicky, okay? Blight's add-ons are just Blight's add-ons, so I hope they get nerfed, but as of now, dude, this is the top 3, I think. Okay, twins. I don't know, dude. I mean, Victor is strong, but like you could say maybe bottom of A tier, maybe like mid B tier. I'm thinking probably mid B tier because yeah, you have the ability to camp really strongly, but I don't know, man. Maybe like here, top of B perhaps. Twins are strong. I mean, Victor's insanely strong. And if you play to your strengths and you slug and you camp, I mean, their killer is insane at doing both those things. You could, yeah, we'll say bottom of A tier, I think. A tier killer. Twins can be very, very good. Very, very good. Okay, Trickster. I'm gonna say C. Trickster, not that good. Slow. Huntress with more steps, I would say. I mean, we'll just play Huntress. Why play Trickster? Just play Huntress. Main event sucks. Unless people are, like, saving in your face, then main event would be good. Otherwise, you rarely find a good opportunity to really use it. The laceration is a thing, so like if you're able to get all the hits up until that last one to injure them, but then they're able to keep losing LOS with you, and then it all disappears, and all those blades you landed mean nothing. I think Trickster is kind of bad. Maybe better than Freddy. Yeah, right around here. I mean, C tier is rough. I'd say probably right around here, though. Okay, Nemesis. I'm gonna say, I don't know, dude. Maybe top of B, right behind Demo. I think I'd rather play Demo than Nemesis, because Demo just has the map mobility, which I think is huge. Being able to teleport around the map is massive. Nemesis obviously doesn't have that, and so, yes, the tentacle, if you're close range with Nemesis, is very good. Very, very good. Obviously, you can shred through pallets extremely easily, too. That's about it, though. I mean, there isn't much to Nemesis. You can hit over windows and pallets, and the zombies realistically don't do all that much for you. You know, every 1 in 5 to 10 games, you'll get a zombie hit, or the zombies pop off, even if you're running add-ons to help them. Also, that's another thing. Nemesis's add-ons are garbage. For the most part, there's like a few that are decent. So, I mean, Nemesis, very good in chase, very, very good at people who want to pre-drop pallets, but holding W against Nemesis is very strong, and he has no means of getting around the map very quickly. So, yeah, I'd probably say maybe better than Wraith. Yeah, maybe you could interchange these. I'm gonna say here for now. All right, Cenobite. One big thing, dude, if you're running Impaling Wire, Cenobite is like up here. I think Pinhead is insane with Chain Hunt. I'm gonna say A tier regardless. Maybe even better than Twins, perhaps. Because, dude, if you can keep a Chain Hunt going and constantly get box pressure, there is just so little time for survivors to be able to do anything. And then if you stack it on any sort of, even just like 1 or 2 slowdown perks, you can have so much time wasted as this killer because of your passive game slow. I mean, and then when you stack in, or if you factor in Impaling Wire, the Iridescent Box add-on, Engineer's Fang, Solve Time add-ons, all those add-ons are incredibly good. I would say Cenobite is A tier. I think if you're someone who is landing your chains and you can actually play the killer well, Cenobite can do extremely good. Maybe bottom of A tier, but I think definitely A tier for Cenobite. Okay, Artist. I would probably say S tier. Artist is insanely good, dude. If you can land your crows, I mean, you can hit anyone from anywhere through walls. It doesn't matter. The only thing is elevation differences. That is it. If you are good, dude, you can contest the entire map and down multiple people at the same time, and Artists can zone like crazy. Artists that don't miss are unstoppable. So I would probably say S tier, maybe right behind Spirit, maybe even better than Spirit. I'd say in S tier though. Okay, Sadako. Now we're getting back to another D tier killer. Sadako, not so good. Maybe better than Myers because of the map mobility. And no, I am not factoring ring drawing. Screw ring drawing. Okay, I hate that add-on. I'm not even gonna that would be another gimmick as to like Myers' tombstone. So Sadako, based on everything else that she can do, just not that good. Maybe better than Trapper a little bit. Maybe bottom of C. We'll say C. I'll say C tier. C tier. You can do some work with the manifestation, and the teleporting can be nice. And if you're lucky to get a condemn and get a kill with that, that is quite the momentum swing. But on average, man, I don't know, dude. Maybe better than Freddy. Okay, we'll go there. All right, Dredge. Another, I would say, like B tier killer. Dredge, probably like top of B tier. I mean, teleporting around the map is very nice. You are limited though, so it does depend on the map. If you get Haddonfield, you're kind of screwed. You get Rotten Fields, you're kind of screwed. Nightfall is comparable to, say, like Chain Hunt. You have a timed thing that is very good for you. Obviously, Dredge's power goes on steroids during that, and you're undetectable, and survivors can't see, and it can be quite nice. You have the Remnant and Chase, which you can use as well. It's not a guaranteed hit every time, but it is quite nice. It is anti-loop, so that is decent. Dredge can be very good. I would maybe even put him right over Nemesis, because you do, yeah. I would say, yeah, probably there. Okay, Wesker, A tier, top of A tier, I think. Wesker is very good. I think Wesker is very, very good. Bounds are fantastic. I mean, the infection, which plays as game slow with people having to heal spray, that is very good. You can get one-shots with your power if you're lucky enough to find someone who, you know, slacks off a little bit. I mean, you can misplace people, throw them into a corner, and then it's guaranteed pretty much a free hit after that. Wesker can vault windows very quickly, which is also really good. You can use your power to get around the map decently. Wesker's just a solid killer, but with good cooldowns too. Solid, but not oppressive, I don't think. Wesker is like almost, I'd say, peak design of killers in Dead by Daylight. Very good, not oppressive, good cooldowns, add-ons that aren't insane. That's what we like to see, behavior. Keep that up. And then Night. I don't know. Maybe C. I can't say Night is like the worst killer in the game. Maybe like there. I don't know. Night is... the guards are unpredictable, unreliable. Unreliable, I should say. And if you're not using the guards, then you are literally a powerless killer. You are man with sword. So, I mean, Knight's a bottom tier killer. Is Knight oppressive in his current design and current way? Yes, absolutely. The fact that you can, like, basically guaranteed get hit is very dumb and reminds me of Release Legion, but is he overpowered? No, because it's going to take a long time to get hit. Being able to 3-gen is quite good with Knight, but then again, I think Knight is not that good. If you have to rely on a 3-gen just to win, is the killer really that good? I don't think so. when you'd be like, oh, well, Hag 3 gens, but Hag doesn't need to do that. You can, all you need is just 1 down with Hag practically, and you win the game. I mean, anywhere in C tier, I'd say maybe like there, maybe there. Light could be moved around. But, yeah. Okay, now after thinking about this a little bit more, this is more in line with where I would say everyone fits in the tier list. I moved some killers around. I moved Freddy down to D tier. I think I moved some killers around here as well. I think C and D, there's a lot of changes that you could make. These killers are all some of the weaker killers in the game. B tier, these are the most average killers I think that can do well but aren't extraordinary. I think at the top you got Demo, I think at the bottom you got Ghostface. I would rather play Wraith over Ghostface. I'd rather play Doctor over these 2 killers. I think Leatherface is better than Bubba, or sorry, better than Billy, excuse me. I think Slinger, slightly better. Nemesis, slightly better. And Dredge and Demo are very comparable. They both teleport, they both have a stealth aspect to their ability, they both have a chase aspect to the ability. They're very similar in a lot of ways. I think Demo is better, and this is without bias. I think Demo is better because Demo has a better chase ability than Dredge. I think Shred is way better than a Remnant. You can zone with it, you can deal with pallets with it. It's better than just plopping a Remnant down. I also think Demo's freedom of where you place your portals versus Dredge being locked in at the start of the match to wherever the map decides your lockers will spawn is also better. So more freedom. I like, definitely. I just think Demo is better. Also, yes, I think Pinhead top of A tier. Pinhead, very good. You could maybe argue B, but I'm going to say A. I'm going to say A. Maybe this is a little high, but I like it. Also, I think Hag and Twins are roughly about the same level, and also, to be honest, I should say this. I don't play Twins as much, so it's really not the easiest for me to make a super accurate judgment on Twins. Maybe you could argue she's above Hag or wherever, but I think she is, at the very least, they rather are a very good killer. And then, yeah, Wesker top of A, and this is S tier, and that, I think, is gonna cover it. Thank you guys all for watching the tier list. Thanks for listening to me blabber for a half hour, and obviously I could probably go more into depth with these things, but I think this is ultimately my killer tier list as of the 6.5.1 patch in 2023. This is what I'm thinking. So I appreciate you guys listening. Thank you for watching, and who knows, maybe I'll make another one of these. Okay, bye.